The steering committee of the Constitutional Assembly presented its report on the 21st of September this year. On an examination of this report, it is very clear that the intention of the government is to convert Sri Lanka into a federal state. Now, if that is the position of the government, they must say so without misleading the public, because when the report was presented, the government announced that they will not change the unitary character of the state. Now, this is false. This assertion is fraudulent, because when one examines the provisions of the report, one can find that it is nothing but a federal state that the government intends to create. I will first read the present section of the Constitution. From 1972, in Article 2, Sri Lanka was described as a unitary state. This is how it read: the Republic of Sri Lanka is a unitary state. It was clear, unambiguous, and had no doubt that Sri Lanka could be described as a unitary state. Now, they have proposed to change this existing Article 1 and 2 in the following manner. Sri Lanka Ceylon is a free, sovereign, independent republic which is an Ekiya Rajya stroke Urumitta Nadu, consisting of institutions of the centre and of the provinces, which shall exercise power as laid down in the Constitution. Now, you will see that Sri Lanka is going to be a kind of union of regions, in the sense it consists of, they say, centre and provinces, and further they have removed the term unitary from the Constitution altogether. Now, if the government is committed to maintain the unitary status of Sri Lanka, then there is no reason to remove this word, the English term unitary, which has wide acceptance. Many books, all the books on constitution law have been written in English, not in Tamil or Sinhala, and it is there is no ambiguity with regard to this word unitary. Now, the very fact that the word unitary is removed from the English copy and Sinhala and Tamil words are replaced in place of the word unitary is very clear of the government's intention. Now, it is interesting to find out what this Urumitta Nadu is. Now, Urumitta Nadu is not the word that you find in the Tamil version of the Constitution as at present. Now, we know from 1978 there was a Tamil Constitution, and in that the word that is used for unitary state is Otriachi. Now, they have done away with the word Otriachi, and they are going to replace Otriachi with Urumitta Nadu, both in the Tamil, Sinhala and English texts. Now, why is the government repeatedly saying that they are committed to a unitary state if they are changing the terminology presently accepted? Because we know that Urumitta Nadu in Tamil is not a unitary, the meaning of the word Urumitta Nadu is not unitary, it is united or federal constitution. So, the intention is very clear. We need to tell the government that do not treat the people of this country with such contempt. This is an insult to the intelligence of the people of this country, and if the government and the advisors think that they can mislead the public in this way, I must very categorically state that the people of this country is not going to tolerate this kind of nonsense. The government must be genuine and should state their position clearly. There is no doubt that they are doing this because this is an international project. You will remember in 2015 the government brought a resolution against Sri Lanka, probably the first time that any independent state brings a resolution against its own state, together with the United States and the United Kingdom, to implement the 13th Amendment. We know how the 13th Amendment was brought, and 13th Amendment is a very dangerous piece of legislation. It creates police forces under the command of the chief ministers. It provides for the amalgamation of the North and East to create a Tamil homeland, a false Tamil homeland, and devolve power so that the center has little control over it. Now, this is the project that the government is implementing. It is very clear when one reads that resolution. The government thereafter appointed a number of committees, starting with the Lal Vijayanayaka committee. Thereafter they appointed 6 subcommittees, and now we have the steering committee. The management committee of the steering committee consists of 2 co-chairs. One is Dr. Jayampati Vikramaratne and Mr. Sumandiran, both who support federalism. Now, most of the members, the majority of them, are people who support federalism and indirectly supports separation. Now, one does not find anybody significantly being placed in any of these committees who are committed to a unitary state. So this project is well planned not in this country, but to create a federal state, and I must say that it is a state, it is only a stepping stone, and it will definitely lead to a separate state. Now, the government intention is to go for a referendum. Now, this is also, I need to warn that the project is to get the people of the North and Eastern province who are under the clout of the Tamil Alliance to use this referendum to get a mandate for a separate state or a federal state, and thereafter go before the international community and justify a separate state in the northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka. So I need to warn all patriotic forces that this referendum would be utilized for the purpose of creating a separate state, because the intention is very clear. The intention of the government to create an Orimittanadu state is very clear, and therefore if such a referendum is conducted, the justification for the creation of a separate state is achieved. Therefore, I need to mention that we will, and all patriotic forces, be united to defeat this in Parliament and see that the constitution is not changed, the unitary character of the state is not changed, and the special place given to Buddhism historically is not changed, and then the sovereignty of the people is not alienated to people who does not have the right to rule this country.